This is Heavy Metal Machines. We're on Xbox Series X. This is a free-to-play Micro Machines-esque sort of racing battling game. So on the platform, it's inheriting the Xbox One X enhancements, and that means we're getting a 4K resolution, no HDR support. I'm assuming at 60 FPS. I don't know. It's a free-to-play car shooting, battling the sort of game with a ball, so it really doesn't matter too much. Anyways, so what you're doing in here is you are on two sides, and you're basically trying to move a ball along the track in order to score on the opposing team. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of the experience. It's interesting. I personally don't find this really too thrilling. It's sort of boring to me, but I could definitely see this being something quite fun for people to play. It's definitely an interesting competitive experience. So there's like two tracks that you can enjoy, and then you just kind of keep battling over and over again. So it's kind of a little limited on content, just in regards to the arenas. I mean, the arenas are kind of dynamic. They have different little areas to them. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say in that regard. It's fairly straightforward in terms of the concept of it. If you'll notice, there's like these little tiny areas that you can kind of do as shortcuts. I can't use those because I have the ball, but everybody else can, and then you die and you respawn and try to get the ball back. I find the balancing of the cars to be a bit odd, so you all kind of pick from this allotment of hero type cars that fit into different classes. So you've got like your support cars where you might be like healing. There's like interceptor, which is what I'm doing, where I'm more like a damage type car, and you just kind of fire away, you cause mayhem, and you try to get the ball to the other side. There's like a casual mode, which is what we're playing, and then there's like a competitive sort of ranked option as well. It's very straightforward in terms of what it presents, and I mean, like I said, it could be kind of fun, you know. At the same time, I personally just don't really find it too thrilling. I don't necessarily think it's my sort of experience, but I think those that really like what this is could just keep replaying and replaying, and I hope they add more content to it. To me, the lack of maps is the biggest sort of hurdle in this one, just in regards to content. There is a really easy to understand tutorial in terms of content and understanding the game. It doesn't take very long to go through. And yeah, it's just like this free-to-play kind of car shooting, car moving sort of game. It's Frantic. It sort of reminds me of when you watch like Tyke Hockey, which might not make sense to a lot of people. I think they call it Timbits now or something. But the little kids, and they all chase the puck, and one person has it. That's kind of what this is to me. It's like little kids all chasing one person that has the ball. I guess you could maybe apply that to like soccer or something too. Oh yeah, I had a ball hook there, so that stops me from having the ball, and then they can take it. It's just back and forth mayhem across the couple arenas, and yeah, I think the setup of the arenas is actually kind of interesting because it's all post-apocalyptic, and it's really turny and really has you kind of moving through the areas of the ball, so you can't just like kind of quickly get the ball going to another spot. You actually have to sort of work through this gauntlet of other players that are trying to destroy you along the way. So being a free-to-play game, there is like a metal pass, which is like your battle pass, I guess you could say, and then you're unlocking tons of different customization things for your cars, whether that's like how you launch down, how you explode, the sort of, I guess you could say, style of your car, the little flares of it. They've got just a wide range of different options in that regard. So that's kind of cool. And I mean, this has actually been a really neat match just because it's one of the most back and forth ones I've actually come across. So that's fairly cool too, because usually it's a lot quicker for rounds because you actually have to do like round-based sort of battling. You capture it, and then you do another round, and yeah, that's interesting. It's just really quite minimal in concept, and I wish there was maybe a bit more to it mode-wise. Mixing things up a little bit further. You can play with friends, which is kind of a nice touch, I guess you could say. You can like party up with them and that. So if you want to do the little cars racing around, I think that kind of hits the mark. And I think the little micro type machine sort of idea of like being little cars racing around doing stuff and damaging each other, that's kind of fun, you know. Like I said, it's got some neat ideas, and I just wish they maybe would have taken the concept a little bit further on this thing. But, you know, who knows, maybe we'll see some more releases for it. And of course they got like a store thing too, which is expected, because it's free to play, right? So like any free to play game, you know, it's fine to kind of jump in here and give it a whirl if it looks like something that interests you. They do have a variety of cars available, but yeah, kind of as I mentioned, there's not really a whole lot of balancing. Like I was like the support car where I was healing the other cars, and I was just kind of like, what are these abilities, like what is it like explicitly wanting me to do here, and why don't I have any sort of option where I can actually be like kind of attack if that makes sense? Because either you're shooting and you're helping out your team, I've noticed, or you're just really not doing a whole lot. The support can kind of change how the game runs, just because you can be getting healed up as you got the ball or getting shielded up. That makes a difference. But at the same time, it just feels a lot smaller in comparison to being something that can kind of like smash other cars or ram other cars or destroy, you know, other cars. And it just kind of seems like random nonsense sometimes. Like, I mean, there's quite a bit of action going on here, and that's fun, I guess. But yeah, definitely a different sort of kind of car game. You would almost not expect it to be free to play, which is kind of neat. And I think that might make more people check it out and possibly find it interesting as well. It should be interesting to see if this has some sort of long-term, you know, kind of player sort of experience, just in terms of people sticking with it. Because that's always the hard thing, right? Is this one hits me as a bit of a more of a niche kind of smaller car racing game. Oh, they might actually get the ball in here. That's kind of intense. We actually got them all cleared out. Like I said, this is actually by far the longest I've seen a match go. Like, we haven't even scored a point yet. Usually the matches are like a minute long or something like that, or so, like a few minutes. And it's just like, this is really going back and forth. Like, nobody wants to, or nobody can seem to get like a win going on. Oh, these guys might have it here, or not, I guess. It's just, it's really insanely back and forth, which makes it a little bit more exciting for me. Because normally it's just like, oh, okay, a few minutes, and then we're kind of done here. But now it's just like, really just, people are killing each other. This is how it's supposed to be played, I would assume, in most situations. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I wish there was maybe also a little bit more destruction to it. Oh man, if I would have got my Ultra out there, I could have just totally smashed that group up. Oh, I think they got the point. Yeah, that took for a while. But yeah, I would have maybe liked more dynamic environments. Like, I don't mind the look of them, but they're also kind of bland to a degree. Like, apocalyptic, you can do some like really nuts things with. Like, it looks fine. That's the thing, is like, it's just not too creative. Like, it doesn't feel like anything is really being pushed tech-wise in the slightest in this one. And I don't know if people expect that to any degree, but it just would have been cool to have some sort of extra edge or have more content instead. I don't know. It's just a really interesting sort of thing to look into, right? Just in terms of the cars whipping back and forth, causing damage. Like, it's kind of fun. It's kind of weird, a little bit quirky. At the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, really gonna do a ton of this? I'm not sure. And that really, to me, I assume will depend on the type of person that is jumping in here to give it a whirl. And I can't believe we're actually, I assumed we were going to play like 3 or 4 matches over the course of this sort of like review of the game. I was just like, huh, this is a bit weird. That's for sure. Like, the teams really seem to actually know what they're doing, and they're working together. It's very strange, you know, especially since this one just is a bit newer. Console-wise, I keep missing my Ultra there. It's driving me nuts. Yeah. I think it's also a little hard to judge specifically, like, the damage you're kind of doing. Oh, see there, we got a car going around doing the healing thing. That's kind of neat. I don't know. I just, like, I really wish there would have been some kind of extra little switch up, you know, something a little bit different dynamics-wise. But maybe the idea is you get players kind of just really getting focused on the one mode, Whereas I like to have a variety of content in regards to what you're doing. Because I think you could take the little car smashing, car battling sort of concept and do a lot of different things with it that might be fun. Oh, I've got the ball. It's really intense. Yeah, I do like, again, I want to highlight that the the actual race track portion of it is genuinely quite well done, in my opinion. It's just like, I wish there were some more like, little instructive things, you know, something like that. A little bit of a weird edge to it. Oh, I can't get in the middle there. Give me a break. That shouldn't be blocked out from using the ball and helping you out. I guess that makes you rely on your support a little bit more to kind of go beside you and give you a hand. It's just sort of like a weird, crazy battle here. And you'll notice when I drop down, I've got like just the car smashing down, but I could have like I think a sumo type guy jump down instead. And like I said, you in the store or through the metal pass, you kind of unlock new content, and then of course there's the premium metal pass, and then there's like the casual metal pass as well, so you can do that. It's just a full free-to-play to kind of get engagement going. So I think that angle is kind of smart from them to get people, you know, kind of behind this game and checking it out and stuff. And just wondering if they're going to, like, how they're going to do necessarily, like, content for it in the future, if it's going to keep getting, like, similar, you know, sort of battle pass stuff, or if they're going to really try to mix it up console-wise. Because from what I understand, this is also available on, like, PC first initially, and now it's coming to the, you know, the console side of things, so it's just neat to see how much further they want to take it over that initial core concept that they had going for it. Yeah, it's quite a gauntlet to get the player with the ball out of there. Battle him down, battle him down. And then of course the lava kills you too. Because the other map's like the acidic one, and it's just, yeah, it's the big dynamics change between the two. I've got the ball, haha! Yeah, get real intense here. So I'm trying to guide it in. I don't really have much else to say review-wise. I'm just kind of really invested in seeing if we're actually going to kind of pull this out or not here, because it's a pretty intense gauntlet. That ball-catching thing drives me absolutely nuts, because you never see it when you're going around there. It's just wild. Okay, let's finish that car off at least. There we go, we got him killed. Still can't believe you took the ball. So back and forth. This is honestly nuts, guys. I'm serious. Like, I've played quite a pile of matches of this, and it's always just been, like, really quick scores both ways. I've scored, I've been scored on, and it's just, this is, like, really truly a back and forth. I think this is the pinnacle of the idea that they're trying to actually go for. For me, this is a lot more exciting than the quick matches. I've mentioned that before, but it's, like, it just keeps going on. I was like, holy... This match actually has some, like, legs to it. Just wild. Ow. Can't hit that laser. Like, I can't get it guided ever. I'm surprised nobody tried to finish me off there. I had low health. Oh, that guy tried to. Guess I can just keep getting the health over and over again. I don't think either side is ever going to win. They've actually brought it back to this side here. Like, keep in mind, we still have to win, like, a number of matches with this. But I'm too invested to stop now. And I'm sure people that are actually still watching this are kind of like, what's going to happen? Are they going to, like, get a big win here all of a sudden? Like, they had held us off for so long, and now they're just going to go all the way to the end? What's going on? What a crazy match. Like, honestly, it's like, what is going on in this? And the ball's over there. The UI is nice and clean, though. There's that ball headed. Trying to get, like, ahead of things, right? I don't know if that hurt him at all. Nope. One of these days I'm going to connect with that laser and it's going to look sick. Alright, let's get this going. I've got the ball, guys. I got the healer guy, too. We're rolling. We are absolutely rolling. Oh, jeez. They are trying to end me. I made it past the hurdle there in regards to the... Oh, the fire might be the enemy. Yeah, down I go. We are definitely not making it all the way on this one. Oh, go, Chumpy, go! Healer, what are you doing? Don't leave him behind. I think he's actually getting close to the final turnover here. He might actually have this. Oh, that was a long fought battle. It's only like one of the rounds. This is nuts. Nuts in that every other game has taken like a minute or 2 or 3 minutes. And we are tied neck and neck. This is crazy. Or maybe these next couple rounds will be super fast. I don't know. It's like they're not fooling around. They're taking it right to us here. Wow, is he actually going to answer the call of our scoring in like one sweeping motion here? Unbelievable. That always happens after a long round of something in sports. It's just kind of like... takes it right back and scores. Wow, so now they only need one more to win. Whereas we've got to get 2 here. Come on, guys, let's roll. Big comeback. This battle is waging on. I think they're gonna score again right off the bat here. Uh-oh. That's not good. They're gonna get the win. I can't destroy them fast enough. Oh, that was disheartening. Anyways, that's Heavy Metal Machines. I didn't honestly think that one would last that long.